Hi, my unit is called Describing Matter and Its Changes by Priscilla Perez. During this unit, students will learn how to use proper science vocabulary and concepts in order to describe matter in our world and how matter changes. The focus of this unit lies in the next 4 generation science standards, which encompasses atomic structure, properties of substances, how they impact society, and changes in particle motion when thermal energy is added or removed. Within the unit, students will address these 6 technological standards by using 40 different applications, platforms, or technological tools. Through the assistance of these 40 technological tools, our unit will address Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, which transforms instruction by tapping into each student's learning strengths. Also within this unit, we will use the depth of knowledge in Bloom's taxonomy to facilitate the students' learning in a positive and challenging manner that allows the students to use concepts in the previous lesson to build a deeper understanding. This first lesson is called Classifying Matter, which is my overall idea or objective for that period, and is titled on each of my slides. In this first lesson, all of these technology resources are aligned with all 8 multiple intelligences. Every lesson addresses at least one level of Bloom's taxonomy. These tools help students achieve mastery in the objective of the day, which we'll continue to build upon with the next level. By the end of the unit, students will have gone through all levels of Bloom's taxonomy to create a lesson describing their matter and how it changes. With each and every lesson, access to technology such as iPads and Chromebooks, students can have access to amazing resources that will help them not only in their multiple intelligences, but also see the content through multiple outlets. In every lesson, all students with any of the 8 MIs will be given the opportunity to see the content. Through Twitter, vocabulary, game-based learning, and Flipgrid allows all students from English learners to special needs students to access the same content. By using multiple technology resources also allows all students to see the content more than once. At the same time, these resources help students practice become great digital citizens in the 21st century. Since Gardner suggests that implementing activities and strategies in all styles and intelligences naturally encourages students to commit to topics in a deeper, more meaningful way, I have created a project that students are going to conceptualize everything we have learned into creating their own lesson. Students will use Nearpod to construct a virtual and verbal lesson that allows students to showcase their understanding of how to describe an object of their choice and how it changes. Some requirements for their projects is to pick an object that has not been addressed in class. Students must classify the substance. They must use physical and chemical properties to describe it. They must prove the mass, volume, and density. They must also be able to demonstrate the connection of thermal energy in the phases of matter. Within their virtual lesson, they must also include 3 pictures, 3 definitions in their own words, 1 video with music, 1 voice recording, and give at least 3 questions to the audience throughout the lesson. What's really great about Nearpod is that they're pretty much virtual lessons that all students can pretty much follow along with. So what they're going to do is they're going to come here and they're going to create a lesson. What's great is that they can upload and drag any files, pictures, PDFs, PowerPoints into the actual slide. They're going to add their content. They can add web content or add an activity. If they're adding the content, they can either do a simulation, they can add in a video, they can do a virtual field trip, they can just do regular slides, video, audio of themselves talking. So in my requirement, I do expect them to at least have 1 voice recording as well as 1 video recording of themselves, as well as some pictures. So this is really great because they have done several of these on their own throughout my unit, but now they're going to be able to incorporate it in one whole entire lesson that they're going to be creating on their topic of choice as they're describing the matter and how it changes. So for example, they can add an activity. They can have an open-ended question, and that was another part of my rubric. They need to have at least 3 questions throughout the lesson. So they can create a quiz, they can have students draw their answers, which it is going to generate the question right here, draw the molecular composition from liquid state of matter to solid, and students can literally use these tools at the very bottom to maybe write some text. They can draw, and they can pick their color. As we go through, students can add more content, and they can add slideshow, videos to help us promote our content that we're trying to teach. It's just a kind of a great tool for students to pretty much comprise everything that they have learned throughout my unit. And this is their end of the unit, not only project, but this will be their assessment rather than taking a typical pencil paper or a Google form assessment. In this next slide is my project rubric, but throughout this chemistry unit, I realized that students can incorporate technology, which in turn assists them in student engagement and retention. So by tapping into their multiple intelligence strengths, and with the use of Bloom's taxonomy, students can explore ideas that may be harder to conceptualize. In the end, by using their own strengths and creativity in this project allows for authentic student learning.